Hey everybody. So since I'm in the mood for making videos today, I thought I'd show you this project, which has been on my table now for several months. This is a 1967 Bolens estate keeper. Not sure if I had any videos of it up on this channel, but my old channel I definitely did. Problem with this thing was, if you know anything about them, you know that the estate keepers are a articulating tractor, made by Bolens. It's the problem I had with it is that this is where the main shaft goes in to with how it articulates, and the problem was it broke off. It sheared off right at the back of this housing here for the front half of the tractor. So that housing also goes in through here. You know, it's a weird setup. I might be able to show you on my other parts machine, but I'm in the process of working on this, and it's been a really long time since I've been in here to even do anything with it. Yesterday, being Labor Day 2019, I had the opportunity to do a little work on it, and I ended up pulling the engine off. Reason I did that is not only because that piece broke, but there's some work that needed to be done with this ever since I got it from an auction years ago. One of them, and the main reason for taking it off, is because you can see this coil wire kind of patched together. See, it's loose there at the bottom of the points cover. Because of that being loose, it kept losing spark on me, the tractor did. So I ended up taking it apart. I hear my duck out here making noises. Yeah, he's having fun over there. His name is Mally, by the way. I don't know if I ever showed you that or not, but yeah, that's my pet duck. Anyway, yeah. So, where was I? Yes, points wire that goes to the ignition coil. You cannot get to this because it's down in behind this transmission on the side here. Also, because of that, guess what? You can't change oil because this is shortened up and you just can't get to it. There's no other way of doing it. There's nothing over here on this side like the other side. This has the casting, like you could put one there, but there wasn't, so you couldn't change it on that side either. If I remember correctly, and it's been a couple years, there was a service bulletin put out that you were actually either supposed to drill a hole in the bottom of the sump, which on this engine is back here where the dipstick is. This area here comes off. It's the back half of the engine that comes off. It houses the crankshaft bearing and whatnot in there, but there should be a hole up in the bottom of that so that you can come up from in between these pulleys here and in between the casting, like in here where there's an opening, and be able to take that out and drain the oil. Well, this machine, according to Wisconsin's website, which I don't even know is in use anymore because I haven't been able to get on it to see what years my engines were made. This was before that service bulletin and before they updated it and put an actual Allen screw up inside the bottom of that to change the oil. So there's no way to change the oil unless you can get to the drain on the other engine, on the other side of the engine here, down in here, like a regular Wisconsin engine would. And since transmission housing is in the way, you can see where the engine bolts down at these 4 bolts that I have threaded in here. So it would be right in this area along this casting. No way to get to it. So while I have the engine out, I'm going to be fixing that issue by either getting a sump cover that has that in it, that drain or removable Allen or hex, whatever the heck you call it, bolt, whatever, you know, and be able to drain it. I'm going to either find one that has that or drill a hole in this one and put something like that in it so it's easy to drain in the future. Also, changing all the belts. The drive belts are shot. The clutch pedal was all the way up as far as it could go, and it would still slip on just slight inclines. So yeah, it's time for belts and some other stuff. Like I said, you know, hey, we have the engine out. Let's take care of those couple issues. Let's pull the head off. Let's clean all the carbon off the piston, the valves, and put a new head gasket on it, and just do all that while we're there. And then, like I said, I had a parts machine. I took the piece. Ooh, getting breezy. There's my buddy. So I had this parts machine here. There's my duck. He's something else. He's fun to watch. This is my parts machine. I bought this years ago. You can see there's a big hole missing out of the, what I would call the hood, but technically it's like a trunk because it's on the back half. But anyway, the engine was in it, but I sold the engine to a friend of mine, and I kept it in case I needed parts, and sure enough, it has the swivel piece up in underneath here. You can kind of see that C bracket, and then that shaft runs in through right there above where that grease fitting is. That's the whole piece there, the shaft that actually goes up in front of that C clamp looking thing, or C bracket. That's what broke off right in front of that bracket before it goes into that housing there where that grease fitting was. So this has the part I need. I took the other part, the original part, to a weld shop, and I have never heard from them or anything as far as fixing it. And I need to go up there and check on it. Maybe it's fixed, I don't know. He was going to try and put a steel rod inside of that, somehow weld that in, and then weld the outer portion of it. I don't know if it's going to work or not, just because of the way the tolerance or the clearance is in between that C and the housing itself of the front half of the tractor. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm probably just going to take it off of here and put it on the other one, because that's what the parts tractors are for. While we're out here, I cleaned up quite a bit, guys. I don't have much. There's a couple Troy belts over there. I have 2 Troy belts I use with to mow. You know, it's a lot cleaner around here. I don't have time to do the stuff like I used to. So yeah, there's a Ride Master out there, Gardner, all of its attachments there. Found that thing alongside the road today. It's a banana holder, but I'm thinking it also double as a parts holder for my carburetors and whatever else, so I'll clean that up. I still have my tow tractor. Needs to have the carburetor worked on. It floods over. But yeah, here I am going on about it, other things, but yeah. So that was the main reason for making this, just showing you the estate keeper in being 2 parts right now. This is the bracketry that comes off that other tractor that I'm going to be removing. That bolts up on where these 4 bolts are on here, and that shaft right there is the PTO. It runs all the way towards the front, gets this drive shaft right here, and goes up to the mower deck, which I do have. So yeah, this machine ran great. It's just been sitting here waiting to get done, and like I said, unfortunately it's just not been a good time for me as far as doing that, but hopefully things will change here. What do you guys think about that tow tractor? Pretty neat, huh? I'm just going to put a diesel in it, but kind of fell through on that, so I fixed up the original engine, and it starts, runs, drives, and everything. Just need to do the carburetor on it. So maybe I can get a video after that's all done of it working and stuff. I think I did make a video of it driving. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's been a while again for that too. So yeah, yep. So all right, guys. Well, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and take care.